Welcome back to Forgotten Working Class, guys. If you're viewing and you like our content, please like and subscribe to the channel. You guys can see a lot more amazing guests like Brooke here, who we have today. So, Brooke, where are you calling from?
I am calling from Harwich, Massachusetts on Cape Cod.
All right. How's the weather?
It's very humid out. Very humid.
All right. So, tell us, what do you do?
I kind of do everything. I work in construction. I operate, labor, truck driver, shop manager, you name it, I pretty much do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, did you graduate high school?
Yes, I did. I graduated in Harwich.
Okay. Did you go to college?
Um, I did 2 years of college, or like a year and a half, 2 years, whatever, at SNHU in New Hampshire. Loved it. It was great, but wasn't for me.
I agree. Definitely. I didn't even go to college. That
The
that
dirt
wasn't
one.
even my options.
Yeah, the dirt one over the books. So,
Yes. Um, so you are blue collar.
yep.
Do you have any family that is blue collar?
Pretty much my entire family. I think the only one that isn't is my mom. She runs dental offices from Boston to Cape, whatever. My dad, since I was little, all I could remember is being in a semi truck, a machine, whatever. So my dad, my older brother, he drives truck. He's a low bed driver. Well, he just does whatever. Um, my middle brother, he does a little bit of it. My fiance, truck driver, family-owned business. So, yeah, I kind of grew up in it. My grandfather, when he was alive, he had done it too. So, yep, I grew up in it.
That's awesome because so we have our apparel company. Apparel company is called Arcing Ahead Apparel, and our slogan is "It's a blood type."
Yeah.
And we have learned after making the slogan, "It's a blood type." Everybody we have had on the podcast, there's somewhere blue collar in their family,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's a reason why they have been drawn to blue collar because it's in your blood.
Yep. There's people
You
that
know?
think my boss is actually my father because a lot of people are like, "Wait, like you have a girl working for you. Like, is that your daughter, your niece? Like, is it family?" And he's like, "No." And they're like, "Wow, okay." So,
So, do you get a bunch of shit from the guys?
the guys I work with sometimes here or there, sometimes they'll actually shit on the other guys. Where like there was one time I was out in the field, I had a hammer, and my foreman was like, "Wow, she hits better than you guys do. Maybe I should say, you guys hit like a female because she's hammering and she's actually hammering a lot better than you guys are." So there's like things like that. There's been other situations that I've had. They make the comment of, "Oh, I want the guy in," other like companies where, "Oh, I want the guy in the loader. Oh, I want the guy in the whatever it is." And I'm just like, "Okay, well, I'm in it, so just accept it. I can get the job done just like they can."
Yeah,
And
because they think that you can't do it.
yep. So it
So, go ahead.
it is. I mean, for me, it is what it is. I mean, I'll sit there and be like, "Well, then whatever you want moved isn't going to get moved. So you either deal with it or you don't get your stuff moved. It's up to you."
There we
I've
go.
key out of the machine, shut the door, locked the door, and walked away. And their stuff didn't get moved. I'm not playing around. Sorry. Just because I'm 5'1" does not mean I can't do it.
That's right. So, what's the natural reaction when people ask you what you do, and you're like, "Oh, I drive truck, I operate loader, excavator, you name it."
They kind of just look at me and they're like, kind of like trying to take in what I just said. And they're just like, "Wait, you do what?" And then I tell them, and they're like, "But you're like yay big." And I'm like, "That doesn't mean anything. That does not mean anything." I was always that kid that like, someone was like, "Oh, you can't do that." Well, I'll prove you that I can. And I always did. And that's what I'm going to continue doing in this industry.
Hell yeah. Do you have your CDL?
Yep, I have my
I'm
class A.
guessing you do.
Yep, I got my class A uh, about a year and a half ago, roughly. So I had to do the fun schooling.
Did you have to pay for it, or the company paid for it?
My boss and I did half and half, and we made a deal. I would stay for a year or whatever. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite piece of equipment to run?
I worked for another company and there was a loader, which was a 950G, and that was my favorite loader. I named it Mater because the mirrors on it look like Maters from Lightning McQueen, like cars. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And it could tow anything. I've had to tow the truck sometimes I got stuck. So you know what? It fit the name. Tow Mater. It was Tow Mater. Just loader style. But yeah, I would pick a loader over anything. I
Really?
Yeah, I don't like skid steers. They're too small. I like the bigger equipment. So like mini excavators, I don't like them. They're too small. I'd rather be in like so we operate John Deere. I've operated Cat, Doosan, Volvo. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I've operated so far. But like I just like the bigger equipment. I don't like the smaller stuff. I maybe it's just because I'm small and it doesn't feel as cool. I don't know. I really have no idea. I like the
I
bigger
agree.
like the haul trucks. I love the haul truck, or some people call them a rock truck, a Uke truck,
Haul
whatever.
truck.
Yeah, haul truck. It hauls stuff. You know what? It is what it is.
That's what we call them. Haul truck.
Yeah. So I love those. I've never flipped one, knock on wood. I've done some sketchy stuff with them before, but I've never flipped, so we're
You
good.
better knock on wood. I've seen so many guys roll the beds
Oh yeah.
over, and then
I
they're
have
just sitting in the cab, beds on its side. Yeah,
yeah. It's like, did I do that?
a little
But it's
quick
nice
coming
though.
around
You
that
can grab
turn.
an excavator and just flip it back over. And it's all good, hopefully.
But I agree with the running the bigger machines. I did a lot better leveling with a D10 than I would with a D6.
Yeah. I just
D6, I get in it and I'm like, it's like this.
that's me.
D10, I can have that thing perfectly lined out.
Yeah, my boss. Go grade with the skid steer. Can I take the loader? Will it fit? We can make it fit.
Sure.
Might take a few branches down, but hey, it still fit. Look at the
So
job.
what kind of truck do you run?
I have a 2021 Peterbilt 367.
Very nice.
It's a 10-wheeler. It's my little baby. It's got purple lights. I'm sure if you share the photos, everybody
Yes.
would see the purple lights on it. Yep, that's my pride and joy right there.
Oh yeah. Now you said you have a fiance.
Yes, yes,
Does he drive truck?
yes, he
Does he
does.
operate everything else like you do?
So he's a farm boy. So I can operate machinery. He can operate the tractors, like John Deere tractors.
Yeah.
He can operate. He's just not as good. And he'll tell
Not
you,
used to
he'll
it.
tell you straight, like like the guys here have joked with him when he's come here and worked. They're like, dude, your girl can operate way better than you. And he goes, oh, I know, but I can drive the truck way better than her. So, there's kind of like, but we joke around about it. We're very supportive with one another. If I've got questions with the truck, he's there. If he's got questions with machinery, he asks me. So it's like, it's good. We, help each other out in both, directions.
So you have worked together before.
Yeah, so he's come here. So he's actually from Western Mass. He will come here, I'll go there, whatever. He'll come here and work with us, here and there if my boss needs like an extra tractor and trailer. He'll call him, he'll come and work. There's other companies here that know him, he's willing to work whenever.
How
So,
do you guys work together?
oh, fine, because we
That's
don't see
good.
each other. My
What'd you
boss,
say?
because we don't see each other. My boss makes sure that we're not on the same job. And if we
Oh,
are,
that's
it's that
perfect.
we're passing one another and that's it.
I was gonna say, yeah, working together, that would probably be a little rough.
No, I mean, we did it together on the farm because on his family's farm, we've worked together doing so his family grows broadleaf tobacco for cigars.
Okay.
Um, so, I've done that with him and honestly, it's not that bad. Because I feel like he knows, like with me, like we can joke around and stuff because I work in an industry with men. I can take the jokes. It's not going to offend or upset me like with some people it would.
Yeah, you
Um,
don't have thin skin.
No, I have 2 older brothers. I could not have thin skin growing up as a kid. I could not, especially, like, plus their guy friends coming over all the time. I couldn't have thin skin. But yeah, no, so, even doing that together, and that was every day, all day long, that was a lot. But we, didn't kill each other. We're both still
That's a
here.
good thing.
So,
That's a good thing.
yeah.
So when you got out of college, did you go straight into what you're doing now, or did you have any other blue collar jobs before that?
So actually the dirt is what got me to drop out of college. I didn't finish my second semester, second year, like, so I went in, finished my freshman year, went in my sophomore year, did maybe the first semester, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I came home towards like the end of my first semester as a sophomore, and my brother was like, hey, you want to come to the pit with me? And I was like, sure, whatever. And he showed me how to operate that 950G, and after
You were
that, I
hooked.
didn't want it. I was like, "This is what I was meant to do." And I went home. Was my parents were my parents happy? Not really. I mean, my dad, he didn't wanna say that he was happy, but, like, I think he was happy
Deep
to see
down inside,
that.
he was like,
Yeah, I'm
hell
his little girl, I'm the only daughter, so, like, to see, that that's something that I'm interested in, I think he was happy. Probably will never admit it. It's okay. I mean, he has said that he's happy and proud of me, especially when I got my CDL, knowing how difficult it is and stuff. But yeah, yeah, that's how I got attached. I think every job I've had has been blue collar. Maybe one when I was in high school wasn't, and that was working at a sandwich shop as a cashier.
so
But
what's the worst blue collar job you've had?
Hmm.
Like the one that you were like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I don't think any of them.
No?
No, I if I'm in a machine or if I'm in a truck, I'm happy. Or if I'm even if it's laboring, honestly, I'm fine. I
That
love it.
works.
Yeah, I've never ever thought, "Why am I doing this?"
That's
Never.
a good thing though. That means you have passion for it and you have pride
Mhm.
in what you do.
Yeah, my dad always said, "If you wake up in the morning and you don't like what you're doing, you shouldn't do it."
That that is true because me and I've had other men on here, other women on the podcast, and I've had other conversations where we've talked about it that you love your job and you have passion in your job. When you leave work, the first thing you do is say, "Fuck that job. I hate this job. I'm never coming back. Screw everybody there." But when you wake up, the first thing is, "Can't wait to get to work today. What are we doing today? What are we doing?" And you're right back into it like nothing happened yesterday.
Yeah.
But by the end of the day, you're like, "I fucking hate this place."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in reality, you really don't. You really don't. You're right back at it the next day.
Yeah, I mean, we all have that feeling with anything in life. I mean, there it's like the guys that get, old trucks, they enjoy building them, but in the process, they're like this piece of shit. They're throwing stuff, kicking stuff, swearing up and down, left and right, but when it's finished, they're
Oh,
happy.
when it's finished, it's perfect. You're like, "Man, that thing is gold."
Like,
Well,
but
the
they'll
whole
never
way up there, it wasn't gold.
exactly. So like if you're passionate about something, I mean, even like I played sports in high school. And I loved the sports I did. But yeah, there were times where I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? Why did I choose this sport that I'm running all the time? Because I played field hockey. My favorite sport was ice hockey because it was always cool, so I didn't sweat as much. But like in field hockey, you're playing and it's hot out. Was on a traveling team for field hockey. So we were going down to Florida, we were going to PA, we were going everywhere. And going down to Florida, that was hot because we were playing in Boca Raton on the polo fields. There's no shade on polo fields if you've ever
No,
been to one.
not at all. There's no shade.
And
It's
there's
just a
barely
huge
any
open
breeze.
field with pristine grass, and yeah, it's very hot out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's just life. You're always gonna hate something in a moment, and then later on, you're gonna be fine with it, or the next morning, whatever. So, but yeah, I
So you did say that speaking of traveling for your job now, do you have to travel far from around your area?
um no, I think the furthest we go is really like Taunton, maybe like on the outside of like Boston a little bit. We'll go with the trucks, but nothing too major.
So you're pretty local,
Yeah,
around your area.
Yeah, it's maybe like an hour 40 over the bridge.
Okay. What are your hours like?
All depends. All depends on what we're doing. I mean, most people know, like in our industry, this time of year is a little slow for us. Usually by like August, like first week, second week of August is when it starts picking up for us. Usually July is the slow month, unfortunately. So we're kind of like in that little hump of it being slow, but we know like we're about to get busy. So
You're
it
just
all
getting
it all
ready.
depends. Like there's sometimes I'll have like 70 hours, 60 hours. It all depends.
Now, do you work 6 days a week, 7 days a week, 5 days?
Depends.
Depends. Same thing. Yeah.
Usually Sundays are the day where my boss is like, I don't want to see any of you. I
Yeah.
want one day away from you people. Usually Sundays are sometimes Sundays are, the days that we all have off. Like it's the day that we all have off. And that's usually the one day. Usually maybe a Saturday if we're lucky. We'll have off too, if we're
Yeah.
lucky.
That was the same. Either Saturday was like a half day, and I mean, your half day is it
Still
wasn't
like
a half a day. It was still 1 in the morning till
ooh,
maybe 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That was a half day for us.
yeah, no.
And then Sunday we did get off. We got off Sunday. They were like, "You
That's
guys can go home."
yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, thanks. At least I got one day.
Yeah. So do you plan on doing this for as long as you can?
As long as I can.
Don't have any other you don't
Yeah.
ever wanna own your own company?
I've thought about it. My fiance and I have thought about it, but since he's got the family business obviously eventually the family business will be, handed to him, given to him and his
Very true.
father, handed down from his mother and father. So, eventually they're going to need someone that is able to do the office stuff for them and able to manage everything. So, me having the experience, he's like, it would make sense to have you do it
Yeah, you're
instead of
preparing yourself right now.
instead of like hiring someone.
Yeah.
So that'll kind of be like having my own thing, but I've thought about starting a Chrome shop on Cape because there isn't one. We have no Chrome shop on Cape, so anybody listening gets the idea, please do it. Just give me a little bit of credit. Um,
Yeah. Or a
but
discount or something, right?
yeah, well, it's because like we have to go all the way to Berubis in New Hampshire, which is like 2 hours from here. Now, everybody that knows Cape Cod that has ever come to Cape during the summertime, trying to get back over the bridge on a Friday, which is normally the only day your boss would probably send you, or a Saturday, trying to come back on Cape is impossible. So your boss is spending more money to send you there and to come back, especially to sit in all the traffic. He's paying you to sit in the traffic. And then we have Peterbilt. So Capello had a Chrome shop and whatever, and Peterbilt had taken that over. And so we can get stuff from there, but they're so busy that it takes longer than need be to get things, which is fine. It is what it is. So it'd just be more convenient if we had something closer to Cape that wasn't like 2 hours away or an hour 45 one way. Like we just need something closer. So preferably on Cape is what we're all looking for.
Yeah. Pretty close to the office if really possible.
Yeah. I mean, even like guys that I know from Ryko, they say the same thing. They're like, we wish we didn't have to go all the way to Berubis to get something or wait, so long from Peterbilt to get something because they're so busy and whatnot. So I don't know. I'm
I've
still
been
young.
to that really big Chrome shop in Iowa.
Which one?
It's like I forget what it was even called, but it's one of the biggest ones I
I
know.
know they have
They
a
say it's
few.
one of the biggest ones in America, is what I've heard, but it's
Yeah.
huge.
I know they have a few out there. My fiance, he'll go in a day cab to Ohio from Western Mass, so from Massachusetts all the way to Ohio in a day cab.
Jesus.
Mhm. Yep. Loves his job, right? No, he does. He's worked very hard on his truck. We designed it and stuff, so we're happy. He's happy. It's all that matters. Pays the bills, right? Driving to
That's
Ohio.
right. That is,
That's how
yes.
we look at it. You know what? It's paying the bills.
So does he do a lot of traveling?
The furthest he really goes is Ohio.
Yeah.
He'll go to New York, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, PA. That's really it.
So he does do a good amount of traveling,
Oh,
though. Yeah, he's
yes.
doing a lot
Yeah.
of driving.
But he loves it on occasions.
Okay.
It's that love-hate relationship,
That's right. That's what it
And it's
is.
the same way with him with farming. He grew up since he was a little boy farming, and there's days where he's like, "Why the heck did I choose to do this?"
Because
Not
you
like
were
he
born
had a
right into it.
choice. Like he was born into that, so it's like you don't have a
Yeah.
choice there. But he loves it.
So besides work, do you have any hobbies that you do?
Hunting, fishing. I have a German Shepherd pointer, so we take him pheasant hunting.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, I never did it until I met my fiance. It was more or less just like buck hunting. My grandfather got me into that when I was little. Haven't hunted since he passed. Just isn't the same. You got that buddy that
Yeah.
you go with all the time, and now you don't. It's like, meh. But I do the pheasant hunting, which is fun. My dog does a great job. So, but that's really it, is hunting, fishing. I'll go get my nails done, eyelashes done, hair done. Does that count?
Sure,
Hey,
that
still
counts.
a little
Yeah.
job, all right? Still gonna look good.
I try to get my hair done as much as possible, so.
Yeah. Gonna dye it a new color.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean fishing and hunting is definitely something.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never done pheasant or duck hunting. I've always wanted to. I've been getting into trap shooting. Have you done trap shooting?
No.
You ever done skeet?
Nope.
All right, so
I've
it's
seen
like the
people like
same, but
doing it, but I've just never done it. I don't know.
skeet shooting it comes from the same spot every time.
Yep.
Trap shooting, they're kind of hidden, and you don't know where they're going to come from. One could come from this way, one could come from that way,
I
and then
scare
they have
people
ones that
very easily. That's a bad idea for me.
it's a lot of fun though. They have ones that hit the ground, the clays hit the ground, and they bounce like rabbits.
Oh, no.
It's a lot of fun. You should look it up. I don't know how many places up there have trap shooting. I bet that you could find one.
Oh, I mean, it sounds fun, but like I said, I get scared very easily.
Yeah. You're prepared for it because the clay, you know it's going to come from somewhere. You just got to figure out where. But it is fun.
Someone will say left, I'll look right.
Yeah. I feel you on
We'll
that.
get there eventually. Right? I don't know.
All right. So you do hunting, fishing, you get your nails done,
Yep.
get your hair did.
Yep. Hair did. Eyelashes did occasionally.
So
Hey, make the money. You might as well spend it, you know?
do you have all the pink gear, the hard hats, and all that too?
No.
No?
Nope. 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 Me as a female. Okay, yes, just my nails are pink. Yeah,
You get
whatever.
the pink nails.
I normally don't do pink. Okay. I hate I don't hate pink. For me in this industry,
You're not a girly girl.
yeah, well, not. Still get the hair, eyelashes, nail, whatever. I mean, for me, it's always like I feel like you see a girl in pink in construction, it's oh, she doesn't do much.
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of how everybody has always looked at it.
I
Um,
don't see that.
but there's
I see
people
the
that
pink gear as in, you're repping that you're a female on the job site and you want others to know that you're a female on the job site.
I
Just showing that you can
yeah.
do just what they're doing.
Yeah, I'd rather not something like that indicate that I'm a female doing the job. Like my hard hat is just a black and I think just black actually.
Black hard hat.
Yeah. High vis is, the vest is the
Yeah.
normal yellow, green, neon, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I know there's other females out there that don't want pink. They have blue or whatever color hard hats. But it's also some jobs and some companies, blue indicates water,
Yep.
you know, so it's kind of like the old company that I used to be at, that's how it was. So I was on doing water sometimes or whatever. So I had a blue hard hat, I had a white one, and I think I had, was it yellow, orange? I can't remember what color it was. Whatever color it was hideous. I literally put so many stickers on it so I couldn't see the color because it was such an ugly color. Um, and then I got the black one when I moved here, you know, came to this company. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
we couldn't have different color ones. Even if
Right?
you want to have a pink one or a blue one, it had to be white hard hats. Only the supervisors had different colors.
Yeah, some jobs, that's you
Uh-oh, you're
know,
freezing.
the head honcho when they have, you know, a different color. Oh,
You're back.
um, but oh, what happened? I don't know. What did I
You-
do? I didn't touch anything.
It's okay. You're on your phone's catching up to you.
Oh, I'm on my
Speak.
laptop.
There
I
you
don't
go. You're
know.
good. You're good. It caught up.
Good? Okay. Okay.
This is real life. It's all right. We've had it
It's
happen
technology.
multiple times.
Yeah,
It's not an
it's
issue.
technology. You can't ask for it to be perfect.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's never perfect. We know this because we work in this kind of industry.
If I could,
Nothing is perfect.
throw
Everything that's planned is a lie.
yeah, throw the laptop. You can always get a new one, right? There's someone out there willing to make another one in a factory.
So where are you right now?
I am
I see all the
currently in
tools.
my parts room. So I manage all the parts, the chains and binders for our low beds, so or low beds, tag trailers, whatever. So if the guys come in and they're like, "Hey, I need a 5 foot chain with, you know, whatever," okay, so I'll grab the chain that they want, the hooks that they want, cut it to the length, put the hooks on for them, and they got it. The parts, I deal with all the parts. Everything is labeled, so it goes by machine. Um, Trucks, same way. I make sure every filter, everything is here for the trucks because, I mean, all of our trucks are constantly running, so we're always having to do services more than, you know, more than you would like
Yeah.
to, but, you know, I like to make sure it's here. So if they're coming in one night after work and they're like, "Hey, I need a service," the mechanic's got it. He can do it, or I'll do it, or the truck driver will do it, whatever. It, you know, we at least we have the stuff. We're not panically like, "Oh, we got to go over to this shop and get it," or, "Oh, we need to call Peterbilt and get it from Peterbilt and now wait another day or two." I like to make sure everything is here, and that's the same way with our equipment. I like to make sure everything is here so we're organized. The mechanic can go in, find what he needs, grab it off the shelf, and go do the service, no problem. And then I'll come in, I'll restock that shelf because I usually have spares of everything. I like to, so that we can just keep it moving. Because there are some machines that we have double and triple of that, yes, they take a same you know, same oil filter, fuel filter, but something might be different, you know, so I always have it separated because people are like, "Oh, why don't you just have all your 135s together?" Well, because they're different years. So the different years they take different filters. Oh, okay. I got, you know, I got a system here. Don't question it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is great that you have everything ready to go. You
Yep.
don't have to call. I mean, I've been on the job site where we've broke a machine and hey, we need this part now. Oh, well, you're not going to get it for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
And now you're down for a week and a half.
Yep.
Boss man's not happy. Nobody
Mhm.
else gets happy. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome that you got everything organized, everything ready, everything planned out.
Got our windshield wipers. Never know when you need them.
I like how you make the chain. That's pretty awesome that you cut it right there and do it all right there in
Yep.
house.
Yep. We've got all of our hooks, everything. We have all different size hooks. You name it, we got it. I just
Now, I
make
see that you have hose behind you too. Do you guys make your own hydraulic lines?
Yep. So the hydraulic line hose is actually out in the hydraulic press, so we obviously have to put the
Crimp.
fittings on it, crimp it, you know. So, yep.
Badass.
Yeah,
Hey, that's
electric.
the way to do it right there.
Oh yeah. I
Have
mean,
everything at your disposal. That way you're not You're
running
not trying to reach out. I need a 4-foot hydraulic line.
around. Yeah.
We don't have that. No, that's awesome.
Yep.
It's a good way of doing things.
It's so much easier.
Well, then you don't have downtime. It's just more productive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just getting things in, getting it out as quick as we can.
So do you also work on the trucks and the
Yep.
rigs and all that? Yeah.
Yep. Yep. My mechanic has shown me, I'm not the greatest at it, but I can do a full service on one of the trucks. I've had to show some of the new truck drivers how to do them, just because my mechanic likes for them to know, kind of just like the basic stuff, where it all is, so that if they're
Yeah.
on the side of the road, they're not like, oh yeah, this thing that's like connected to that thing, like thing.
You
Oh,
froze again.
switching again. Yeah, there it is.
There we go. We're back.
Oh, it's glitching.
I think that if you operate or
um,
drive a rig or anything like that, loader, dozer, you should at least have, the basic knowledge behind it. Because just
oh
like you
yeah,
said, yeah, if it breaks down, you might be able to jump out and look. And if it's something, basic and just dumb, you might be able to fix it right there. And your downtime is cut way out.
yeah,
That's a good idea.
yeah. It just
Yeah, because
makes it easy.
when I was working in the mine, none of the operators that ran equipment, that was it. If something broke, they just stood there. They had no clue about anything. So that would
Wow,
have been very helpful if you were like, hey,
just a little bit.
you can start to work on that. No, they had no clue.
Oh wow,
So definitely a good a good thing to have.
yeah.
So next thing, is there is there any advice you'd like to give for the other women that are trying to come into the blue collar trades? Maybe right out of high school, maybe trying to get them now, later on. What's your advice on that?
Um, don't listen to what others have to say. Like the ones that are being negative about it. When I started in this, getting into the industry and thinking about it, well, I didn't even think about it. I just knew. Um, there was no stopping me. My thing is don't, like I said, don't listen to people that are being negative about it. Like listen to those that are like, hey, you know what? If it's something you want to do it. Those that are telling you, oh, you can't do it because you're a female, or for instance, you're 5'1", you can't lift anything, that should be the drive to that, like them saying that, at least for me, was a drive to prove them wrong.
It should be.
And I feel
Exactly.
like any female that wants to get in this industry can do it. It's just a matter of, everybody's like, oh, you have to have thick skin. You don't have to have thick skin. I mean, you do and you don't. But it's more or less if you're passionate about it and you love it, go for it. Don't let someone that's a friend or whatever change your mind. I've had people tell me, oh, like, maybe you should try this or try that. And I tell them, maybe you should try minding your own business.
Or
Yeah,
your job.
that too,
Come try my job out for a day.
Yeah,
See if
there's
you can cut it.
there's people that just they enjoy putting others down. There's people that are, oh, you're female, you don't do much in the industry. Today was the best day ever. Why? Because I got out early, I mean, granted, after I'm done here, I still have other stuff to do, but whatever. You know, people have always, I've had people that have bashed me for being in this industry as a female, and I have people that have supported me for being in this industry. The ones that are bashing me are jealous that they could not do what I do. And there are men and there are females that bash me for being in this industry. And I just kind of look at them and laugh.
That's good. That's
They're probably flipping burgers somewhere. No offense to those that do, but don't come at someone that is trying to prove a point that females can do it just like the guys can.
damn right.
You know,
Tell
I,
them again.
I've
I
never
100% agree on that. I think you're definitely right on that. If someone tells you can't do something, especially if you're a female and you want to be in the blue collar industry, first of all, don't think that you're the only woman thinking about getting into industry, or you're going to be the only one in the industry, because here on the podcast, we've had multiple women that are blue collar. You know, you're driving rig, loader, excavator, all that. We've had welders, millwrights, and I mean, these women are out here doing it right alongside the guys. They're busting their ass. I give them 100% of credit for it. And I love seeing it because more and more we are seeing more women coming into the trades, and it is amazing.
It is. It's nice to see it because when I started, what, 2017, 20, or no, sorry, 2018, roughly, 2017, 2018, roughly, there was like no girls on Cape that really did. There was maybe a handful of women that did construction on the Cape, maybe. But now, you know, even like with the landscapers, there were like no females in the landscaping industry.
Not
Now,
here in Florida.
yeah, no, I know.
Florida, the women down here in the landscaping industry, oh my God, do I praise you, because first of all, if you're just anyone doing landscaping down here, power to you, because
That's
it
great.
is ruthless in the summer. And I
Yeah.
see plenty of women out here
Yeah.
running weed eaters, edgers, lawnmowers, right with the dudes, and they're just right at it, and it's
That's
100 degrees outside.
that's how it's starting to be here now. Like you're seeing more and more of the females, you know, with like, you know, doing the lawns. You know, usually it was always like, oh yeah, she just does like the flower beds, plants the flowers, picks the weeds, whatever. You know, that was what it was for a female in landscaping. You know,
Which
or
it was, yeah, it wasn't even called landscaping. It was gardening. You were gardening.
that's literally what it was. She's our gardener and at the landscaping company, you know. But now you see them with the skag mowers and you know the bigger size mowers, you know, or the
Yeah.
ride-ons or the push, whatever it is, and they're killing it just like the guys are. You know, straight lines, looking, you know, it's great. You know, and even like in my industry, everybody's like, "Oh, you work in construction, so you must just be in the office." No. Try again. I mean, yeah, I have my own little cubicle here, and then, I mean, it's not really. I'm always with my work every time if I'm ever in here.
You're not even in an office. You're in a parts room.
Yeah, literally, you know, or if I'm in the truck, it's my own little
Yeah.
cubicle with a steering wheel and some, you know, whatever. The machine, same thing. It's still a cubicle. I'm still sitting on my butt doing nothing, picking up the dirt, dumping the dirt, you know, moving the dirt, whatever. But it's always everybody's like, you know, oh, construction's not that hard. You know, as a female, you're, you know, you're not doing that much because people look at it as I don't labor much. I'm more like I would love to labor more than what I do, but because I'm good in the machines, that's where my boss needs me.
Well, my opinion. Now, people can argue with me all you want. Laboring, I have done it.
Mhm.
I've swung hammers. I've turned wrenches. I have done it all. I've operated plenty of machines. I have operated massive machines. And I think that operating a machine is almost worse than doing labor.
Oh, I
And
agree.
that's because I've run multiple dozers, D10, D8, D6. It rattles your kidneys loose. You feel when you're done running
You still feel
10
like you're
hours, you're still shaking. Exactly. You get
yeah,
out the machine and your body's vibrating.
yeah, yeah.
Riding in
Not so
a
much a loader.
semi,
Well, the loader
riding
you're
in a semi all day.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you're not sitting back with you're not reclined, relaxing. No, you're up
You're
straight.
short. I'm holding on to the steering
And
wheel.
it takes a lot mentally. You know, I ran a machine for years, a massive machine, and it was 14-hour shifts.
Yep.
By the end of the shift, you can't even think straight because the whole day you're trying not to fall asleep.
Especially if you're screening loam.
Yeah.
Wow, I've seen
So
this screener about 10 times do the same
yeah.
thing. Or I've turned, like, at some points, like, you know, you're grabbing from one direction, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go over this way because I'm starting to get, you know, nauseous just going like this, turning part way. And then I'm like, all right, I gotta go this way or something.
So
But
all right, as an operator, Okay. Me and Tiffany were just talking about this the other day. As an operator, what is your genre of music?
Oh, country music, hands down.
That's it though?
Depends on my mood. If I need like something to wake me up, it's usually Tom McDonald
Okay. Yeah, I like Tom
or
McDonald.
Eminem.
But it's rap.
Yeah, but I have like select people that I want to listen to.
But as an operator, you cannot listen to the same genre of music all
No.
day. You will hate country by the end of the day. And that is where I was, all I did was listen to that was big into huge into 90s country. I don't like the new country. Not
Yeah.
my style. But when I started operating, like I'm like, all right, I heard Clint Black like 7 times today. I can't do this again tomorrow. I started listening. Now I listen to everything. Rap, country. I mean, none of the new stuff. I'm not big into all the
Yeah.
new stuff. Some of it's good. I like Jelly Roll and
Yep.
I
They're
like
all
Tom McDonald and stuff like that. But
Tom.
huh?
Tom. What was
Yeah, I
the
like Tom McDonald. I
yeah,
think he's
I'm
pretty
trying to
good.
think. Was it JDI or JID that they say is just like Eminem? I think it's JDI. I don't know. I
Maybe.
just found out about it like a few days ago from a friend. He's like, "Oh, go listen to this guy," and I was like, "Sounds way too much like Eminem, and it's not Eminem. I'm a pass." It's like Machine Gun
But
Kelly.
yeah, the amount of different music you start to listen to while operating machines. That
Mm,
and podcast. I was listening to podcasts. I was listening to morning shows. It's just to
yeah.
find something different that will occupy you as you're running the machines.
My boss listens to some like inspirational stuff sometimes when he's had enough, like towards the end of the day where he's had absolutely about enough of what he's
Yeah,
doing.
sometimes you need it.
You can hear the inspirational things that he's listening to. And I'm like, do we need to sign him into a mental hospital? I asked him that. My boss is great. He literally, like, he's great. You can joke around with him, say what you want, and he just does not care. Our motto literally is, it is what it is. Our shirts, I don't have one on right now, but on the sleeve, it says, it is what it is.
That's awesome.
Yep. He's great. I mean, he treats us all phenomenal. Like, literally, like, we're family. Like, we need
And that
anything.
makes a huge difference when you have a
Oh,
boss that is
and he
like
works with
that.
us. That's the
Huh?
best
What's that?
part about it. He works with us.
That's another thing. I've worked with
Do, but he
I have
does.
had bosses that will sit there and point. And I worked with a man who was in his 70s who would swing hammers right beside me, sledgehammers, just all day.
Gee.
And the amount of respect you have for that is like,
Yeah.
one, you're 3 times old as I am, and you're sitting next to me doing the exact same thing, and I give him all the credit, a lot of respect.
Yeah. It's
But yeah,
yeah.
if your boss is there doing it with you and a really good dude,
Yeah.
that makes life so much easier.
Oh yeah. It really does.
Yeah,
It's great. I mean, couldn't ask for a better boss, honestly.
that's awesome. Well, Brooke, it was amazing having you on our show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being on our podcast. And yeah, we'll have to definitely keep in touch and see how you're doing a couple months from now.
Still be here.
We'll be there. All right. That's
Still
what
be here.
we need. But all right. Once again, for all the women out there, you guys, if you want to get in the trades, just do it.
Literally.
Just do it. Don't let anybody stop you. Get out there and kill it. Brooke's killing it. Like,
I've got
you're
other
not the only woman out there.
Yeah, no, I've got good friends that do it too, and they'll tell you the same thing. Do it. If you've got guys telling you you can't, go out there and prove them wrong because
Damn
you
right.
will, because you're going to have a mindset of, I need to prove them wrong, and you're going to do it. So,
all right. Well, it was awesome talking to you, and I appreciate you coming on. I'm definitely honored to have you on the podcast.
thank
And
you.
once again, guys, if you like what you've seen, like and subscribe to the channel and keep watching. Thank you.